Netflix and Prime are sitting on the most brutal post-apocalyptic movies ever made, but the algorithm is burying them. Today we're ranking 15 absolute must-watches. Stick around for number 1. It's a sci-fi masterpiece that should have been a global phenomenon, and most people have never even heard of it. Kicking things off at number 15. Imagine a world where nobody can fall asleep. Not a choice, a complete biological shutdown. That is the premise of Awake, and honestly, it is way better than it has any right to be.
After 48 hours of no sleep, there's a loss of critical thinking. But what about after 5 or 6 days? We're all gonna die if we don't solve this.
The planet loses electricity, every electronic device dies, and then humans lose the ability to sleep. Within days, people start losing their minds. Gina Rodriguez discovers her daughter can still sleep, and suddenly she's the most hunted person on the planet. Think Bird Box meets Children of Men driven by pure insomnia horror. Fast, brutal, and the final scene will wreck you. At number 14. Prospect is the best sci-fi movie you have never heard of. A father and daughter travel to a toxic alien moon to harvest resources. Things go wrong immediately. Pedro Pascal shows up as a ruthless scavenger named Ezra, and the film shifts into an entirely different gear. Think The Mandalorian meets the treasure of the Sierra Madre. The world building is insane for this budget. It is a dirty, dangerous, and survival-first sci-fi experience where every mistake could be your last.
What is that?
Coming in at number 13, Extinction starts off feeling like your standard alien invasion movie. A father keeps having terrifying nightmares about an attack. Nobody believes him, and then the attack actually happens. But here is the thing. This movie pulls a twist so sharp, it rewires everything you just watched. I will not spoil it, but let me just say that what you think is happening is not even close to what is actually happening. Michael Pena carries the emotional weight perfectly, and the action sequences are genuinely intense. Think War of the Worlds meets a Black Mirror episode with a dash of Arrival. It flew completely under the radar when it dropped, and that is a crime. At number 12, if you grew up on 80s action movies and retro video games, Turbo Kid is going to hit you right in the nostalgia. Set in an alternate 1997, the world is a nuclear wasteland, and a young kid called the Kid rides his BMX bike through the desert scavenging for survival. Then he finds a turbo-powered suit, and everything changes. This movie is pure kinetic energy. It is gory, it is funny, and it absolutely does not take itself seriously. It plays out like a chaotic, bloody mashup of Mad Max and Power Rangers, with the over-the-top arcade energy of Street Fighter. The practical effects are insane for a movie this size. Limbs flying, blood spraying, who runs a gladiator arena where losers get ground into water. Yes, that is the water supply. It is weird, it is bold, and it is completely unforgettable. Number 11. The Survivalist is one of the most unsettling post-apocalyptic movies you will ever watch. A man lives alone on a small farm in the woods, growing just enough food to keep himself alive. Paranoia is his entire existence. He booby-traps his land, sleeps with one eye open, and trusts absolutely no one. Then 2 women show up at his door offering a trade, and everything shifts. There is almost no dialogue in the first 20 minutes, and that silence is more terrifying than any zombie horde. This is survival stripped down to its ugliest, most desperate form. It is not a fun watch, but it is an unforgettable one. If you want raw, brutal, and unflinching, this delivers. At number 10, Alive is a Korean zombie thriller that grabs you by the throat in the first 30 seconds and does not let go. A gamer wakes up in his apartment to find the entire city overrun. His internet is dying, his food is running out, and the undead are literally clawing at his door. What makes this different from every other zombie movie is the isolation. He is completely alone, trapped in a single apartment, watching the world end through his window and his phone screen. The tension builds so effectively that when he finally makes contact with a survivor across the courtyard, you feel the relief in your chest. The pacing is relentless. No filler, no slow stretches, just pure survival panic from start to finish. Think Train to Busan meets Rear Window with a dash of modern social media horror. And trust me, the rooftop sequence will have you holding your breath. Quick question, how many of these have you actually seen? Drop your count in the comments right now. I want to know. Number 9. It Comes at Night is not a movie. It is a slow-motion anxiety attack disguised as a post-apocalyptic thriller.
We never go out at night.
The door was already open when you got there. Then who opened it?
A family lives in a boarded-up house in the woods. The rules are simple. The red door stays locked at night. Nobody goes outside after dark. Everything is under control until another family shows up needing shelter. What follows is a masterclass in paranoia and mistrust. This movie does not rely on monsters or jump scares. The horror comes entirely from human beings pushed to their absolute limit, trying to decide who to trust when trust itself could kill you. Joel Edgerton is phenomenal as the father who will do anything to protect his family, and the ending is genuinely devastating. It traps the bleak desolation of the road inside the suffocating paranoia of the thing, and that final shot, it will sit in your head for days. You absolutely don't need a happy ending to appreciate it. Coming in at number 8, Cargo is the most emotional post-apocalyptic movie on this entire list, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. Martin Freeman plays a father who has been bitten during a zombie outbreak. He has 48 hours before he turns, and he uses every single second to find someone, anyone, to protect his infant daughter. That is the entire premise. A dying man racing against his own transformation to save his child. What makes this film stand out is how human it feels. There are zombie encounters, sure, but the real horror is watching a father run out of time. The Australian outback setting is gorgeous and terrifying at the same time. Vast, empty, completely unforgiving. And the indigenous Australian community he encounters adds a layer of depth most zombie movies never even attempt. Think The Road meets The Last of Us with a dash of pure heartbreak. You will cry. That is not a warning. That is a guarantee. At number 7, The Girl with All the Gifts is one of the smartest zombie movies of the last decade, and almost nobody has seen it.
The world is falling apart. You can save people, Melanie.
In a world destroyed by a fungal infection, a group of hybrid children are being studied at a military base. These kids look normal. They talk normally. They act like regular children. But the moment they smell human flesh, they turn. Melanie is one of these children, and she might be the key to saving humanity or destroying it. The real brilliance of this film is how it forces you to empathize with a creature that could literally eat you alive. Senia Nanua delivers a performance that is genuinely unsettling and heartbreaking at the same time. And the third act twist redefines everything you thought you knew about the infection. It takes the relentless terror of 28 Days Later, the fungal wastelands of The Last of Us, and injects the eerie dread of annihilation. Netflix has absolutely no idea how to market something this original. At number 6, The Battery is not your typical zombie movie. In fact, calling it a zombie movie feels wrong. It is more of a character study about two guys wandering through a dead world who just happen to be surrounded by the undead. Mickey and Ben could not be more different. One wants to keep moving, the other wants to settle down and find normalcy. That tension drives the entire film. You genuinely care about these two idiots surviving, and that emotional core is what makes it unforgettable. And the 9-minute single-take sequence near the finale? Absolutely brutal. No cuts, no cheats, just two characters pushed to their absolute limit in one unbroken breath of tension. It is indie filmmaking at its rawest and most effective. Low budget, zero spectacle, pure storytelling. Think The Walking Dead without the melodrama meets a buddy road trip through hell. If you want a zombie movie that actually makes you feel something beyond fear, this is it. That is the entire film, and it works completely, entering the top 5. I Am Mother is a claustrophobic, deeply unsettling sci-fi thriller that asks one terrifying question. Can you trust the robot that raised you?
This facility was designed to give humanity a second chance. One that began with you, daughter.
After humanity is wiped out, an AI called Mother raises a single human girl in an underground bunker. Everything seems perfect, clean, safe, controlled. Then a wounded woman shows up from the outside, and she tells a very different story about what happened to the world. What makes this film stand out is how it builds dread through silence and control. The bunker feels like a prison disguised as a home, and every interaction between daughter and mother carries this undercurrent of manipulation. Hilary Swank delivers a grounded, desperate performance, and the twist mid-film rewires everything. Think Ex Machina meets 10 Cloverfield Lane with a dash of A Quiet Place. The final 20 minutes will leave you questioning every single thing you just watched. And honestly, that ending is a gut punch you will not see coming. At number 4, Stakeland is what happens when you strip vampires of all their glamour and drop them into a post-apocalyptic hellscape. This is not Twilight. This is not even near dark. These vampires are feral, animalistic predators, and the world they have helped destroy is beyond saving. A teenage boy and a hardened vampire hunter called Mr. Travel North through a collapsed America, fighting vampires and worse, the religious cults that have risen from the wreckage. Where this film truly excels is how it treats the apocalypse as a social collapse, not just a monster problem. The real danger is other humans, which makes every encounter with strangers feel genuinely threatening. The cinematography is stunning for an indie film, and the bond between Mr. and Martin gives the story real emotional weight. You genuinely care whether they survive. It perfectly merges the bleak wandering despair of the road with the feral terror of 30 Days of Night, adding the human threat of The Walking Dead. Brutal, bleak, and absolutely worth your time. That is not up for debate. Entering the top 3, The Book of Eli is one of the most underrated post-apocalyptic movies ever made, and I will die on this hill.
Nobody touches it but me, you understand me? I love this guy. Go back inside.
Denzel Washington plays a lone wanderer walking west across a scorched, lawless America, carrying the last copy of a book that could save civilization or destroy it. Gary Oldman plays Carnegie, a ruthless warlord who understands that whoever controls the words controls the people. The genius of this film is how it balances bone-crunching action with genuine philosophical weight. The fight scenes are brutal and beautifully choreographed, and the world feels lived in and desperate. Every settlement feels like it is one bad day from collapse. And that twist, the reveal at the end, completely changes everything you just watched. You will sit there stunned, realizing the entire movie was building to something you never saw coming. It takes the scorched survival of the road, mixes in the stylized combat of Fist of the North Star, and adds the epic weight of The Count of Monte Cristo. If you have not seen this, fix that immediately. It absolutely deserves a top 3 finish. At number 2, The Road is not entertainment. It is an experience, and it will break you.
It's like it used to be when the sun came out. We are gonna survive this.
Based on Cormac McCarthy's novel, it follows a father and son walking through a completely dead world. No animals, no vegetation, no hope, just ash, cannibals, and the relentless push south toward a coast that may offer nothing. Viggo Mortensen delivers one of the most raw, desperate performances in cinema history. Every decision he makes is about keeping his son alive, even when living feels pointless. What makes this film stand out is how it refuses to give you a single moment of relief. There are no hero moments, no triumphant victories, just survival, minute by agonizing minute. And the scene where the father teaches his son how to use a gun on himself if they get captured, that is not dramatic license. That is the entire reality of this world. Think Children of Men meets a waking nightmare with a dash of pure devastation. You will never watch this twice, but you absolutely should watch it once. Number 1. Children of Men. If you watch only one film from this entire list, make it this one. In a world where human fertility has completely collapsed and no child has been born in 18 years, civilization is not ending. It has already ended. Clive Owen plays a broken man who gets pulled into protecting the first pregnant woman in nearly 2 decades, and the journey to get her to safety is some of the most terrifying, immersive filmmaking ever committed to screen.
Your baby is the miracle the whole world has been waiting for.
We will find a way to get you to the Human Project, I promise you.
What makes this film stand out is how it feels. Every single scene looks and feels real. The car ambush, the refugee camp, and that 12-minute single-take battle sequence through a war zone, it is genuinely one of the greatest technical achievements in cinema history. Think 1917 meets Blade Runner with a dash of pure existential horror. Netflix and Prime have absolutely no right hiding something this powerful. This should have been a global sci-fi phenomenon, and the fact that it is not is a crime. That is the list. 15 post-apocalyptic movies across Netflix and Prime that you absolutely cannot afford to skip. If you think I got the rankings wrong, fight me in the comments. I read every single one. Subscribe for more hidden gems every week. Thanks for watching and happy binging.